Hi guys, welcome back to Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to be talking about the September month reading, and this is going to be a very interesting month. Difficult month as well, because we are going to be facing two eclipses, which is the lunar eclipse coming on around 7th of September, and then around 21st, 22nd of September we will find the solar eclipse coming as well. Now the lunar eclipse will be falling when moon comes in conjunction with Rahu in the sign of Aquarius, while the solar eclipse will come in place when moon will be conjunct with sun in the sign of Virgo around 21st of September. And both of these eclipses will be extremely crucial because they are going to be defining the way we are going to be approaching things. The lunar eclipse is going to be eclipsing our thought process, our decision making, our belief system, because Rahu is going to cast that shadow in your decision making as well. And depending on where this eclipse is happening in your chart, you will be affected accordingly. Whilst solar eclipse is going to be happening again with the conjunction of moon with sun, when moon is going to essentially eclipse over the sun, he is going to be falling right between the earth and the sun. But again, you will have to understand that this is going to be a partial solar eclipse, which is going to be happening in different parts of the world. Depending on what part of the world you are going to be watching this video from, you will have a respective impact as well as based on your zodiac signs. So, without further ado, what we are going to do now, we are going to look into some of the important dates that are going to be coming into picture in terms of transit and understand what's going to be meaning it for us. Now, guys, as you can see on your screen here, that Sun is currently in the sign of Leo until 15th of September. And then for the second half of the month, it is going to be transiting into the sign of Virgo. Now, Sun has been in its own Leo sign, but imagine it has been in difficult situation with its conjunction, with its collaboration with Ketu in the same house so far. Then Mercury is in Leo until 14th of September, and almost a day ahead it will advance into its sign of exaltation in the sign of Virgo from 15th of September onwards. So predominantly both Sun and Mercury are going to be remaining in the first half of the month in your Leo sign, and then they will together transit a day in difference into the sign of Virgo. Venus is in the sign of Cancer until September 14th, and it is going to come into the sign of Leo, where it will become conjunct with Ketu from September 14th onwards. Now, that is going to be very crucial, and we are going to analyze as to what sort of an impact we can anticipate there. Mars is in the sign of Virgo. It is there until September 12th, and from 13th onwards, it is going to be moving into the sign of Libra. Jupiter continues its presence in the sign of Gemini itself in Chatra. So that is a good bit that is happening there. And it is going to be in the sign of Gemini for the month of September. Remember, October is the time when it is going to be moving into its sign of exaltation. Saturn is continuing in its motion of retrogression, and it is in Pisces in Uttara Nakshatra. And the most important thing, guys, you have to understand here is that Saturn will be coming into deepest retrogression because it will be bang opposite to Sun as well from the second half of the month. So it will be getting into its deepest retrogression during the month of September, and that is where its impact becomes extremely crucial for all of us. Lots of things happening. Saturn getting into deep retrogression, two eclipses as I was addressing before, and then Rahu is in Purva Chatra of Jupiter itself in the sign of Aquarius, while it is coming out, in degrees. So it is coming out of its Bal Avastha. It is going to get a lot more strength in its itself. But the lunar eclipse is where it is going to cast its magic, and you have to be very sharp, shrewd in terms of understanding what sort of a impact it will have for you. And then Ketu, of course, is sitting in Pur Falguni nakshatra itself of Leo of Venus, which is where he will be becoming conjunct with Venus. So, guys, without further ado, we will now deep dive into your monthly reading and understand that what these transits are going to be impacting and how they are going to be impacting you for the course of the month. So, Sagittarius, as you guys can see in your chart here, you have your lunar eclipse coming into your third house where Rahu is placed. Your second and your third lord Saturn is sitting in retrogression in your fourth house, and he will get into the deepest retrogression in the second half onwards when Sun will be coming into your 10th house. And that is where solar eclipse will happen on the 21st of September in your 10th house itself. Becomes extremely crucial because you see, your third and 10th axis are getting impacted deeply through the course of this month. And guys, because of the two eclipses coming into picture, the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse, September month becomes extremely crucial. And it becomes crucial also because not only it's going to impact all of us, but it is going to impact each one of us differently. So don't consider that this is a negative reading coming in just for Sagittarius. It's a difficult month for all of us. Lots of changes coming into picture. But you have to assimilate as to what sort of an impact is coming for you. Now, first and foremost, you have to understand that your Lagna Lord Jupiter, or if you're watching this from a Sagittarius moon sign perspective, then you are going through Saturn Dhaya as well, and becomes crucial that he is getting retrograded. But your, Jupiter is placed in your seventh house, and he is giving an aspect back to your first house. So he is the shield, he is the protector. He is still looking at you, and he's trying to make sure that there are certain energies, positive energies that help you during the course of all the motion all around. But your eighth lord is moon, and he gets eclipsed in your third house. So it's eighth into eighth. And the first and the foremost thing that you will have to understand here is that your health becomes extremely crucial, Sagittarius. You have to take proper care of your health. You have to follow a certain regime through the course of this month. It will be on 7th of September. So couple of days before that and beyond that, which is like 5th to 10th of September approximately, I would recommend you not to embark upon any kind of new initiatives, any kind of, showing magnanimous amount of courage that you could anticipate with Rahu's presence. See, Rahu is moving ahead in terms of degrees as well, which means that he will have that appetite, that hunger, that mysticism, that illusion, which he is going to bring through your communication, which is going to bring through your efforts to your siblings, to the energy that you would want to showcase. And around this eclipse period, if you get into any situations where you have to do something from scratch, new, any new decision making, cutting off something and thinking that I'll start off new, everybody is going to tell you that it's going to be a new moon situation, new life situation coming into play. But folks, remember, Rahu is illusion. And because it is the eighth lord coming under the impact, there will be a suddenness, there will be disruption, there will be transformation. And that is why I wouldn't want you to proactively jump and conclude and act upon something unless and until you are very much prepared towards what you are facing, or things have been in motion, things have been in plan for a considerable amount of time, because that can be detrimental at this period. Yes, this Rahu's position, I keep on saying, Sagittarius, for you folks, it is very positive because it is magnifying things, it is increasing things in risk taking appetite. But not every eclipse, not every shift of the planetary positions is positive. Dev astrology believes in positive mindset, but there are difficult times and we have to practice caution whilst addressing them as well. And this is a period where I would not advise you to go and watch the lunar eclipse or watch solar eclipse, depending on what part of the world you are living in. Try and avoid those kind of energies, because it's a mix of these malefic energies also coming into picture. The most important thing is tackling things with suddenness, tackling things that are associated with great ambition, with unexpected communication, especially your formal communication, can become tricky. So that's the first and the foremost call out. Now, Rahu is in trine with Jupiter, and eventually Mars will also come into in the second half of the month to your 11th house. So all these three planets will be trine. Energy will be heightened at your end. Aggression would be heightened at your end. So keep a calm on that things. The best thing that is happening is that your Lagna Lord, your Rashi Lord Jupiter is trying to keep things calm. He's in square, he's in Kendra with your Saturn as well, which gets into the deepest retrogression this month. Saturn is sitting retrograded, being the second and the third lord in your fourth house. Now, guys, this is where this Saturn might also, because the Cheshtabal is high, and as I said, that the retrogression is going to go extremely deep in the second half, he's going to push you towards taking some obnoxious decision. He's a malefic planet. Remember that. Yes, he's your second lord and third lord, but he's going to push you towards a excessive drive. Whilst hard work is great, a lot of rework could be required, a lot of communication, miscommunication could happen, a lot of misunderstanding could creep in, and that will reflect in each of those areas, especially your job, your career, your overall personality, your mindset. Because you see, Saturn is giving retrograded aspect towards your sixth house, towards your 10th house, and towards your the first itself, towards your Lagna or your ascendant. And thereby, September or even to a certain extent till October, folks, please keep this in mind because retrogression will run deep for Saturn as long as Sun is sitting bang opposite to 180-degree opposite to it in the 10th house. So all the way from 15th, 16th of September till 15th, 16th of October, guys, you cannot be getting impulsive. You will face challenges with all of these areas, and you have to assimilate that. You have to control that. You have to, let things go. And it is opposite to control. Why? Because see, there will be lack of peace. There will be disturbance at work. There will be certain challenges coming in with your bosses. There will be misunderstanding at your workplace. You will put in efforts, but you will be asked, re-asked to do some certain things, or you might be questioned towards your efforts itself. And you have to swallow your pride in work. You have to swallow that insult comes your way and just continue to work in that direction. This could also be detrimental in terms of your mother's emotional health or your emotional health for that matter, because fourth house denotes that as well. But the good part is that the fourth lord Jupiter is still sitting in Kendra, not one of the best position, but still sitting in Kendra and giving you an aspect. So he is going to try and revive you to a certain extent. That's the good part. In the first half, Mars is giving an aspect to the fourth from the 10th. Please maintain your cool. Please maintain your calm. Don't get into argumentative situations. The intent or the possibility of that happening is very high because Mars from the 10th is also giving an aspect to your first house and your fifth house along with the fourth, which means that temper, that energy to take decisions fast and thinking that everything will materialize soon for you is going to keep you uneasy. But at the same time, Mars' presence in the 10th is almost like it is an exalted mode. In the 10th is where he gets exalted. In the sign of Capricorn, I mean. But here as he is in the 10th house, so that is still not bad. Now, Mars is the lord of your 5th house sitting in the 10th as well as your 12th house sitting in the 10th. So the 12th lord is 11 places away from itself, which means gains are going to be there coming for you at your work front. If you have any kind of international travel, foreign connections, export import kind of situations, hospital related matters, those kind of areas will be good. But other than that, there will be disturbances. Guys, there will be disturbances even in the first half for you because it's the sixth movement of your fifth. Be careful with respect to how you tackle your romantic partners. Be tactful with your children. If you are a parent watching this video, it is going to be crucial for you to manage all these bits. Now, Jupiter, I already alluded to this bit, guys. He is placed in the seventh house, giving an aspect to your Lagna. Great thing. It is giving an aspect to your 11th and your third as well. And at least this is the good bit that whenever you feel in doubt while communicating with people, while expressing your ideas, while embarking on some new initiative, just take a step back and think, rethink. Have you covered your bases throughout? Because he is your intellect. Jupiter represents your intellect quite literally for you, Sagittarius, and your first house lord. So that introspection, that self-reflection is going to be crucial. And unlike many other zodiac signs who will make mistakes, you have the ability to course correct that faster and better than anybody else. Maybe to a certain extent, even Pisces. But Sagittarius, you have the best situation from that perspective. So keep a lookout for that. Keep watching as to how you are tackling that bit. Now, we will break the rest of the planets into the first half and the second half, respectively. We already talked about Mars. If I talk about Venus, Venus is the lord of your 11th house and your 6th house, placed in your 8th right now in the first half of the month. And Venus's position is not turning out easy, folks, because yes, he's the sixth lord coming into the eighth house, forming Vipreet Raj Yoga. Being the 11th lord, it is 10 places away. A lot of you could get intrigued towards speculative activities and stuff, but there will be challenges with respect to work. There will be challenges in your day to day activities. There will be obstacles that might be coming in Sagittarius, and just sheer lack of mental peace could be there. And even though whilst you are trying to navigate hard, you are researching what are the best ways to it. You could be learning new things. You could be, as I said, it is a good period for you to, immerse yourself into your self understanding. But at the same time, his aspect is to the second house, and the second lord is retrograded there as well. Even though you try a lot, there will be confusion within the family, within your monetary gains, within your savings, with your communication, with your diet, with your food. So all of that is also going to stick around. You see how confusing this month is. And that is why I said that navigating it, treading it carefully is very crucial. Whilst all this is happening in your eighth house, in your ninth house, you have the three planetary conjunction of Sun with Mercury and Ketu. Now, Sun is the ninth lord in the ninth house itself. And yet I said that your bosses, work front, clients, superiors, teachers, mentors, gurus could be creating some kind of a difficulty for you, or may not be as pleasant for you as possible, because it is in combination with Ketu. That adulation, that respect, that feedback towards the quality of work that you might be putting in, that acknowledgement might not come through. They would be aware, but they might just take it for granted. It's like it's a piece of the puzzle that you have to already fix. What's too big or great about it? Continue doing whatever you're doing. That sort of a behavior would be there. And it is because of this Ketu's presence that Sun might not be able to shine in its own house, in its own sign itself. It is still a much better situation for you, Sagittarius, when compared to, say, Capricorn or Scorpios or Aquarius for that matter. So you are in a much better situation from that perspective. Now, the 10th Lord is 12th to itself, but it is still forming a good Raj Yoga because it is a Kendra house in connection with a trine house. That's a good placement to be in. So Mercury is still giving you a lot of positive vibes. He is your 7th Lord as well into your 9th house. So your effort could help improve your business fortune, your partner's fortune, your spouse's fortune as well. You could be the reason for that. Your communication, your interaction, your messaging to them, your guidance to them, your collaboration with them could help. Or vice versa could also happen, that in your difficult situations, your partner, your spouse could put in a lot of effort. Your business, if you are a business person, will require a lot of effort. But if you are in a job perspective, there are definitely going to be turbulences, and it will take you time before you recuperate. The first half is not going to be easy from that angle. As we move further, what we see is that all of these planets in the second half of the month will be shifting ahead, which means Venus will now become conjunct with Ketu. Sun and Mercury will come into your 10th house, and this is a beautiful thing happening, while Mars will be coming into your 11th house. Now, second half of the month gives a lot of promise for you, Sagittarius. Why? Because even though Venus Ketu conjunction, I'm not a huge fan of, but the good part is that your client, your boss, your superiors, your mentors, your guide will let go of some of your mistakes. They might ignore them as well. But if you are seeking some respect from them, from some adulation, it will not be easy to come. It is something that you will have to for. So they will let go some of those nuances that are coming in your life. At the same time, what you will realize is that Venus, being the Lord of gains, is now 11 places away from itself. 11th Lord is 11 places away. Bhavarth Bhavam coming into play. So yes, gains will slowly and steadily start materializing. Whatever you've planned for, whatever wishes, goals, objectives that you've set your eyes onto, they will start materializing, but you will have to remain disassociated, or you might have to just think about it at the last. You have to be hyper focused, hyper involved towards the initiatives that you are taking. And that ties in well because, see, Mercury is becoming exalted to your 10th house. Sun will be there gaining directional strength. Both Mercury and Sun will have good directional strength in the 10th house. But, and here comes the big but, that Saturn will get in its deepest retrogression. Around 21st of September, you are going to find solar eclipse also coming into play. So now again, because of that solar eclipse, ninth lord being in the 10th and the 10th lord sitting exalted there, what you will find is, whilst your boss might ignore something, their blessings will not come easy. Your parents, your fathers, your clients support, your luck support will be there, but it will not come easy. It will not come to the fullest because of that eclipse. And that is why I have been repeatedly calling out that September is the month of caution. September is the month of precaution, watching out what is happening out for you. Albeit all this thing is happening, there will be a renewed level of energy in you. You will be putting in a lot of effort towards your karma. At your workplace, with your studies, at your home front, whatever be that matter. In your marriage, there will be growth. In your business, there will be growth if you are watching it from a business standpoint, because your seventh lord is getting exalted in the 10th. Your partner could gain some success, some sort of a promotion, but they will not also be satisfied with whatever they've gained, because it might not be to the utmost degree or level that they would have wanted it to be. Last but not the least, now Mars, which happens to be your fifth lord and your 12th lord, is moving into the 11th house, into the house of gains, from where he will be steering back to his own house. Now, 12th lord is 12 places away from itself, and fifth lord is 7 places away from itself. See, again, Mars is also working out beautifully for you. Your unexpected losses will go away unexpectedly. You will not even come to know when they will go away. If you are living in a foreign land, if you are connected in a MNC, if you are working for a MNC, if you are working with people in an from faraway countries, from collaborating with people all over the world, if you are in an import export kind of a situations, all of these scenarios is going to deliver growth for you. It is going to deliver positive outcome for you. So from all these perspectives, it is going to be turning out a good motivation, a good movement for you guys. From here, Mars will be giving an aspect to your second house. You will realize that there have been certain losses. The gains have not come the way you anticipated. Thereby, you will be very protective towards your family, towards your money, towards your savings as well. Mind your aggression towards your children, mind your aggression towards your family. I know you could be possessive, but sometimes your speech, your words could become difficult for your family members to ascertain, for them to understand. And then Mars will also be giving an aspect to your sixth house. So this is going to be the period, folks, where Mars at least is promising that your unforeseen enemies, unexpected enemies who are coming to bog you down, you will have the ability with your own sheer will and effort to take those problems, to take those obstacles head on, and you will overcome them as well. In all this phase, guys, it is the eclipse dates, it's the eclipse periods before that and after where you have to be cautious. People will tell you that it is the new beginnings. When you hit a rock bottom, of course, it's a beginning towards the upside. But avoid that rock bottom is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to give recommendation as to how you can change and bring a curve much earlier, which means sometimes not doing something is also a strategic thing to do. So don't change your course, don't change your path. Good period for students watching this video, especially the second half. From a competitive examination selection standpoint perspective as well, you will find gains as the month continues to move on. Your romantic relationships will also improve. But there are certain areas, like I said, with respect to your work, with respect to your efforts, with respect to your karma, with respect to your travel, that you have to be super careful of. I've missed travel bit, guys. Whilst traveling through the course of this month, please take precaution, be it short distance travel or any kind of long distance journey as well. I hope, Sagittarius, it has given you clarity as to how you should be navigating the month of September. I have tried to give you the right direction to the best and ability that I carry with respect to Vedic astrology. If you appreciate my efforts, I request you to please smash on that like button, subscribe to Dev Astrology, and keep watching. Har Har Mahadev.